always had that something in you where you wanted to strive for better. So describe for me, what has your journey been like in life?
The journey it's been very hard because, I was on public assistance, so it was like, at first it was a boundary there. Anybody knows about public assistance, they don't want you to go so far or they're going to cut it off.
When you describe yourself now, tell me, who's Freddie Stevenson, the man that you are now?
A few years ago, I remember in college, they would always have speakers come in and ask us who we are. I wouldn't have been able to answer the question. It probably would have had something to do with football. I'm a fullback for Florida State. I want to play in the NFL. But now it's just simple. I'm Freddie Stevenson, man of purpose.
This is a passion of mine. The whole premise behind the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast is to spotlight the fact that it is now time for you to get your dope comeback story.
Hey, say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Say Jazzie Conversations with Jazz. Jazzie Conversations with Jazz.
Every Monday, I call people into a studio and we dig into their comeback stories, because I know that we see people in their glory and we see people when they're on top, when they can have that silver lining to them, but we all go through some things, right? We all go through some things, and I think once we're real with people and we let people know the trials and tribulations that we've gone through, it only makes us human and it connects one of us.
So I just want to know, what would be your advice to someone who is looking to start their own podcast?
First and foremost, let me back up. Find your voice. What are you going to talk about? Is it something that people want to listen to? How long will your podcast be? What's going to be the consistency of your podcast? Are you going to do it like weekly, daily? Are you going to do it monthly? So once you find that, because that's going to indicate if somebody wants to listen to your podcast or not.
I do know how I'm doing it. I'm doing it with God. I'm doing it because this is a passion of mine. And when you are passionate about something, you're not going to stop. So it really it comes down to how bad do you want it. Hey, Jazzy crew. It definitely comes down to how bad do you want it. I want to go ahead and welcome you to episode 152 of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. You are in tuned to one of the greatest podcasts there is that is spotlighting the power of the comeback story. I truly believe that you can come back from anything with God, the right resources, knowing how to use those resources effectively, and your willingness to do the necessary work. It is a fantastic Monday. You know, Mondays are our favorite days of the week. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And so I hope you guys are celebrating. I hope you guys are with your family. I wanted to give a shout out to my family. We celebrated Mother's Day a little bit early this year. So yesterday, congratulations to Miss Krista McGriff for her Denim and Pearls event. It was such an amazing event, and I enjoyed spending that time with my mother, with my sisters, and my niece. I love you guys. And so just early, happy Mother's Day to all of the phenomenal mothers out there. Don't get in that store on Sunday trying to get you a gift. Today is Monday. Today is a great day for you to go ahead and get your special person who's a mother in your life a fantastic gift. And it's not always about the monetary things, it's just the thought that counts, but make sure that you are thinking. All right. And so I'm not going to prolong this. You know what I need for you to do. Since you are tuned in, I need for you to make sure that you hit that subscribe button, you engage with this podcast episode, because we can see your comments on the screen. I want you to make sure that you also share your review in the comment section and you share it. And so I want to give a major shout out to Mr. Nico Avila, who is watching. Thank you so much. Felicia Fletcher, happy early Mother's Day to you as well. I hope you have a fantastic Mother's Day. So See, it is just that simple. All you have to do is make sure that you are engaging with the podcast. And so I have a special guest for episode 152. For episode 152, we have a legend. I don't even want to call him a Polk County legend because he's not from Polk County, by the way. Anyways, I don't want to call him a Plant City legend. He is just a musical legend in his own right. Anyway, I have none other than Mr. Peewee Callins, and he gave me permission to call him Peewee. You know, that's his brand name, Mr. Peewee Callins, to the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. Mr. Peewee Callins is a man of many titles, from husband to senior pastor to entrepreneur to performer, singer. It just goes down and down and down. Philanthropist. He is just. I promise you, if I was to just give a title that is righteous, I feel like Mr. Callins would definitely be that in itself. He's an actor, a recording artist. He's a radio talk show host now, and the list goes on. You see what I'm saying? Like, as I keep thinking, it's amazing. So I'm not going to prolong the intro. I just want you to see him. So hello, Mr. Peewee Callins. Welcome to the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. How are you?
I'm doing well. You doing all right?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing really, really well. Really, really well.
You said this is episode what?
152.
So it's been 151 people before me, huh?
There has been. And that is no, that doesn't say anything about you. What it does say is that this is your time.
I feel like Shador sandals right now.
You know what?
Yeah.
And you know what? And I will take it. I will definitely take it, because the traction that has been going and surrounding him, I definitely will take it. What was going on in the universe that, you know, we had to save you for 152? I don't know.
Yes.
But you are here. You are here. Look at Stacy laughing. So yeah, we you know, in everybody's book, and especially in the Plant City area, you are definitely first round pick material. So let's not get it twisted. I want to first and foremost just thank you for the humble spirit that you have. Since the day that I met you, you literally have shown that humbleness about yourself when you are so full of richness. You are so full of just amazingness. And I love the way that you maneuver in the community and in your professional world. You're a humble man, and I really love that. And the fact that you love the kids. You gave me your yes for the kids here at Academy Prep Center of Lakeland, and we cannot thank you enough for that. Pastor Callins was a special guest for our Spring for the Arts program that we had not too long ago, and the kids are still talking about it. They loved everything that you had to say, and our kids are so talented in the arts. They really listened to your advice, so thank you for that.
Wow, it was a honor and a privilege to be there with you all, and thank you so much for the invitation to come and hang out with the staff and with the children that day. Very talented. Oh my Lord.
Yes.
Children. Renard is actually doing, Mr. Hayes is doing an excellent job with the choir, the guitar players, and everything that I saw, the steppers. It was an amazing production.
It's so good to see, and it's so good to see like the kids thrive in their element. And so this year we brainstormed, and we were like, listen, you know, we talk about these things in theory, and they perform every single year. I want to bring people that they can reach out and touch, and they can still connect with if they're using their networking skills that we're teaching them, because we're teaching them to be, you know, lifelong learners and thinkers and all of the things. And so I just said, you know, we got to make this happen. I want them to see people who are thriving in the profession and the field that they want to be in. So thank you for giving them that core value and that core memory that I know they will not forget.
Wow, you're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Yes.
So I would like to thank you. Well, I would like to thank you for being on my radio show.
Listen,
a couple of weeks ago.
It was a pleasure.
The first guest that we had. See, I had you were the first guest. I'm 152. But
how you gonna be the first guest that's gonna keep coming back 152 times? How about that? Listen, you have no idea how good that did my heart. I was a radio personality at FAMU when I was in college, and I have been wanting to get back into radio. And so when you invited me on that show, you have no idea what it did for me. Like it was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm back on the radio. This feels great. So thank you for affording me the opportunity. I really do
Wow.
appreciate that.
Wow.
I really do.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So listen, let me tell you a little story.
Mm-hmm.
There are some guests on here where I can go back and I can tell them how I met them. And so I said, I'm going to do that today. And so I remember meeting you so long ago. When I say long ago, when I tell this story, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like you either going to remember it or you're not. I don't think we necessarily, we did officially meet, but it wasn't in a like one-on-one meeting setting. So one of my good friends, she worked with your wife a long time ago when your wife was heavy into speech pathology. And so your wife was also doing things with vacations where she was teaching people how to maybe sell vacations. I think that's what it was. And she had a meetup at your house. And I was invited, and I just remember going. And I am a person who loves homes. Like I love homes. Like I'm gonna flip me some houses. I'm gonna do all of that stuff. But I like paraded homes and all of that. I just love homes. And so when we arrived to your house, I was just like, wait, we're coming where? Like we are actually about to step foot in here. And I was just like, I was introduced to you that way, but just the wealth of knowledge that was given by your wife, how humble you guys were. We're in this beautiful home. And I'm like, this is like my dream neighborhood. Like, are you kidding me? So like whenever I'm going to a neighborhood where I've like admired the homes, I'm just like, okay, and they black. These are some black folks. Like, okay, let's get it. This is what I'm talking about. I need in this atmosphere. And so, just little tidbits like, well, that's Peewee Callins and he da 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 da, he da 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 da. So I was hearing all of these things, right? So that was my first time meeting you. The second time I saw you, we never met, but I hosted the LB Brown Festival. This was when they first started the LB Brown Festival, and you actually performed. And it was like, oh my gosh, like the performances that were Saturday, they were great. But when you hit that stage on Sunday, and I had never seen you performed or anything, I just went one day after church. And when you got on that microphone, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I know they said that he sings, but he is singing. I felt like, I was like, we are like at a concert. Like you were just set so far above like all of the other talents there that I was just like, oh my gosh, like I see what everybody is saying. And so it was just, I remember something that you said when you were on that stage, and it always stood with me, stood out to me. And so that's why you never know what you're saying, and you never know how many people will take to heart what you're saying, right? So this was like a long time ago. How long ago was that? Because I think you performed.
This was the first time. This was it was a long time ago.
Very long time ago, right? Like I think I was still a teacher in the classroom. Then that probably was like 2011.
Yeah.
Probably before 2011, right? And so you said something. You got on that microphone and you professed. You were saying, now tell the enemy that you didn't have to leave in order to make it big. And that just tell the enemy that you didn't have to leave because of the pressures that you felt here. You didn't have to go and make a name for yourself somewhere else. You were able to make it here. And I don't know why. I do know why that stood out to me, but I have carried what you said ever since then. Wow. And I was like, like you are here, like you are still here, and you are still making a big impact wherever you go. You still tour around the country. That just stood out to me because I was feeling like I want to be on the radio. I want to be in front of the camera. Here I am. I'm hosting the LB Brown Festival, and Lord, thank you for this opportunity. But in that headspace, I was like, I just want to make it. I want to be big. And it's like you came on that microphone and you said that. And it just made me feel like I was just okay with where I was in life, because I was like, I'm here, but it's not going to stop me from making a big impact wherever I go. Like nobody's going to run me into Atlanta or into feeling like I have to be in New York or feeling like I have to be in DC or LA in order to make it. From that day, I said, I'm going to make it from here. So I don't So that's the impact that you had on me. Just so.
Wow. And I do remember both because I can count on my hand twice
Yeah.
the people we have let in our home. And actually, we were living in Eaglebrook then.
Yep. I didn't want to say it because I was like, oh, but I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah. I know who comes in. So yeah, we were living in Eaglebrook then, and
Yep.
I remember that.
I had just come from a parade of homes there, and so I was like, "Oh my gosh! Like I am in Eaglebrook, a house in Eaglebrook, and it's not a small house in Eaglebrook. It's one of the big houses in Eaglebrook." Oh yeah, that was my little story.
And I remember the concert too. And but now it's 2021 now, so prophets of today, they charge you. So I think you owe me $100.
Listen, I'll sow a seed.
I'm just playing social media. I am a comedian. I do
right.
not charge people for prophecies.
Look, I'll sow a seed. I got you. So listen, like before we started this episode, I was telling you, and people may think this is strange too. I'm from Bartow and you're from Plant City. And I was thinking, even when I talked to Jairus, because you've been on Jairus' podcast, Barber Skate Shop. And so he and I talk from time to time. And so he'll try to tell me things about Plant City. And I'm like, I don't know what your reference is. Like, I don't even know where his shop is in Plant City because I just never really went there. I go there for the Strawberry Festival, and then like if my son has AAU tournaments. So someone who doesn't go to Plant City, somebody who's out of the state of Florida, because they're all migrating here. What would you tell people, since you are from Plant City and you are Mr. Plant City, as I'm hearing, what do we have to do in Plant City? Like, tell me what makes Plant City such a great city?
Well, Plant City used to be a very small city. But it's growing like everywhere else. Yeah. It used to be a town that everyone knew everyone. Yeah. But like I said, we have people moving from all over the country. The Plant City now.
I do
it's itty bitty. It's Plant City. Shanika. But it's a place everyone knows about the Strawberry Festival.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a place that has 40,000 people, roughly 40,000 people. But in 11 days, there's over 600,000 people.
Wow.
Come to that small town. Everyone knows about Fred's Market.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a place I love.
Yeah.
I moved away for about a year in 1993. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Did my R&B thing, and I'm pretty sure we'll get in that later. But it's a place I moved back to. And a lot of people, when I travel around the country, I tell them I'm pastor, and they ask, well, where? I said, Plant City. Like, Plant City?
Yeah.
Are you from there? I'm like, yeah, I'm from there. And so they can't believe that I pastor in a city where I'm from. But it's a place that I call home and love. Even though I'm over here with y'all, I live in Polk County now. I'm over here in Polk County. But every day I'm in Plant City.
Yeah.
So I just sleep over here in Polk County.
Gotcha.
With my family. But it's a sports place. So if your child played baseball, you have been to Plant City. Plant City is the hub right now.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Every week, because we have the old Cincinnati Reds spring training facility. So it's Plant City Stadium. So we have the biggest stadium around here that's unused. And so the Little League teams, they come and play baseball. I just went to a tournament this weekend there to see a friend of ours, our son, play. And so if you have someone playing baseball, soccer, you're gonna come through Plant City. So it's just a small town, but we bigger than Bartow though. Y'all
don't do that. Don't do that. I like
40,000. Bartow still have 5,000 people.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Y'all have 5,000 people with Coach McGriff. The GOAT.
Thank you. Okay. As long as we say that. As long as we say that. Yes.
Yeah.
So listen, I want to I am going to give you some of your titles.
Mm.
And I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to your head about that title. It could be what it means to you, or it can just be the first thing that comes to your head. So, Peewee Callins as a husband.
Peewee Callins as a husband.
Mm-hmm.
If my wife asks for a star, I try to bring her the moon.
Ooh. Mm.
Um,
I almost want to just stay here for a second, like if we at the prelude of the song, because
um,
ooh, that's
not
good.
perfect, not a perfect man, still becoming
Yeah,
every day, still learning how to love.
yeah.
Um,
How
given
long have you guys been married?
this will be 29 years coming
Ooh,
up.
congratulations. I love that longevity.
29, yeah, 28, yeah, 29.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
29.
If she asks for the stars, I try to give her the moon. I love that. I love that. I think that sums that up. Okay, Peewee Callins as a father. Cause you be going in on these social media posts, so I kind of already know.
Peewee Callins as a father.
Yes.
Peewee Callins as a father want his children to know any mistake they make in life,
Hmm.
they can always come home.
Mm,
Um, loving would give my life, man. I'm
yeah.
serious. For my children. What I do and what my wife do, what we do is for our children.
Mm,
Because a good man, the Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for
yeah.
his children. So trying to set up my children and my grandchildren for a future they can be proud of and they don't have to work as hard
Yeah.
as we had to work and don't fall in the ditches that we fell in because they can see that I have put a stake in the ground that you don't have to fall here because I did.
Yeah.
And so my children don't have to make the mistakes that we made in life, financially,
Hmm.
mentally, or whatever. So Peter Chasm as a father is a real loving human being, believe me.
Yeah. Man, it's like times 1,000 Peewee Callin as a grandfather.
Oh my God.
Cause you kind of off the chain, sir.
Look at here, I'm off the chain right now. I'm actually I'm actually doing my granddaughter's room right now. And I put her name on the wall. No, right
Yeah.
now I'm actually working with my attorneys right now for the contract my daughter and her husband gonna have to sign because right now they can only see their baby on Wednesday.
Oh Lord Jesus! Now this is your first grandbaby.
Yeah, yeah,
Woo!
yeah,
That's
yeah. First
amazing,
one.
though. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So the thing though, because I pastor, but I travel a lot
Yeah,
with tours, but it's spaced out. So when I'm not touring, I'm the babysitter.
you
My
the baby.
daughter, my daughter and son-in-law don't have to find a babysitter.
I love
So
that.
yeah, she gonna be chilling with me. She gonna be chilling with granddaddy and and grandmama. I'm gonna go take her to see the wife at work.
Yeah,
But she gonna be with me every day. And I can't wait.
I love it. I love it. Okay, Peewee Callins as a pastor.
God led.
Mm,
And I know it has to be God.
yeah,
Um, and I always remember that it's God church. It's not my church. So that's why I said God led.
hmm,
Um, because if I stop hearing his voice, I'm gonna mess up.
yeah,
So Peewee Callins as a pastor is just God led. I'm quick to hear, but very slow to speak.
hmm,
Um, I can put up with a lot before I say anything, and I don't use God's pulpit for a place to get back at people.
yeah. That's
And Marcus say, "Awesome, Pastor."
that's good.
That's
Yeah,
one of my ones, yeah. because a lot of people, a lot of pastors will use that place of authority
Mm-hmm.
to just get back at people. So I would say
Yeah.
Peewee Callins as a pastor, God led.
God led. I love that. Peewee Callins as an artist.
That's my heart. As an artist, I know that God has truly given me a gift who to touch many people through my voice,
Mm-hmm.
through singing, through ministry, and mm, know my place.
Yeah.
I say that because when I tour, I go on tour this weekend. I'm on the Mother's Day, the biggest Mother's Day tour in the country,
Okay.
with Al Wash.
Uh-huh.
And Friday I'll be in Chicago with Fred, Pastor Jenkins, Bishop Marvin Winans, Jacqueline Carr,
Wow.
everybody. But I'm not on there as the singer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on there as the motivational speaker.
Okay. Okay.
So I say that as the artist, you have to know your place.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So you have to know when to use the gifts that God has given to you, because being an artist put me in this place to also be a motivational speaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So knowing who you are, and you don't have to showcase who you are.
Yeah.
So that's who I am as an artist.
Okay. I love that. And then simply Peewee Callins as a man. Who are you as a man?
Quiet, quiet, but a lion.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Quiet, but a lion. You don't. Yeah, yeah,
My
yeah.
time is
'Cause,
wrong.
yeah, a lot of people, I'm 5'6".
Yeah. Yeah.
I've said this multiple times. I'm 5'6", and I'm still saved, y'all. Facebook land, y'all
Yeah.
don't have me on all that stuff, and y'all them podcasters don't be going crazy, because I ain't the one you can just be talking about and just gonna. But because I'm a man, I'm talking. You said as the man,
First.
you know.
Yeah.
So Peewee Callins as a man, if you beat me up today, you're gonna have to fight all week until I
Yeah.
win.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're just gonna get tired of fighting me,
Yeah.
because every day, as a man.
Mm-hmm.
So, but quiet, but never wants to be there, because I'm a real protector,
Yeah.
and that man protects everyone who he loves.
I asked you that because I was in a discussion with somebody. It really wasn't even a discussion. It was like a heat of a moment conversation. And
Mhm.
really that prompted that question, because his comeback was, listen, I'm a man. Da 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 da. And I just sat back and I was like, a male is one thing. I will respect you as being a male, but in this moment, and then in several other moments, I feel like, and I know a lot of people don't like to say this. A lot of men don't like to hear it. It's just like, regardless, I'm a man regardless of anything. I put my pants on one pant leg at a time. I am a man. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm a man, but I personally, and you just I give you permission to correct me. I personally feel that there are some attributes to a man where he is a man. Because if you are a man, there are certain things, like when you say don't get it twisted. Like, I would have never felt the need to approach this person if I felt like you were doing a manly duty. Like, if you were holding up to your manly responsibilities, I wouldn't have I just wouldn't have seen it that way. And so what are your thoughts on that? Like, if when a man is tested, or like
Um,
the true makings of a man.
I'm a man. I always brag on Dr. Tandria Callins. Um,
She is amazing.
she has 32 letters behind her last name. 32. but that don't intimidate me.
Yeah.
That don't
Yeah.
that don't make me think less of me. That don't scare me about
Yeah.
what she's doing, because every one of those letters, I was here. I
Yeah.
was here, and we got them. I celebrate them like they're mine.
Yeah.
So I'm still a man. She can cook. She cook, a couple of times a year. But
No, that's right.
but I cook.
Yeah.
I wash clothes today. If I don't wash them, I take them to the laundromat, let them wash them, fold them, put them on the hanger. I
Yeah.
put them. I go get them, hang them up. Even though I mess her clothes, mess her closet up, but I hang them up.
Yeah.
I mop the floor. I sweep the floor. I make sure the children good. Have always done that because she was a full-time student.
Yeah.
I'm still a man. You don't have to say who you are when you know who you are. You
And that's
just show up and do it.
just show up and do it. Yes. Thank you. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. And I hope, people who are watching this episode, like they hear that and they feel it, and it permeates, within them. Because I just look at my father, like my father was a man. Now, my
Mhm.
father was a man. I lost him in 2020. But yeah, I appreciate looking and watching you, because I know for a fact you love God. I know for a fact that you are a man that takes care of your family. You are just a man of many talents. Like you are just very respected in the community. Never heard anything salacious about you, never heard anything bad about you. And I like that spirit. I like that aura about you. I know that life hasn't always been tough, and we all go through our trials and our tribulations. And so I want to get to the meat of the podcast. I wanted people to just see who you are, because like I said before, you are a very humble person, but you are very talented. And I know you have a lot of perseverance in you. But tell us, what do you consider to be your comeback story? How did you overcome it? What has it taught you, and how has it made you the man you are today?
Still coming back.
Yeah, always.
I'm still, because life life is something else. We think we get over one thing,
Yeah.
then something else hits us. Um, but my biggest moment that knocked the air out of me
Mm-hmm.
was losing my father. Even though my mom, I lost my mom in 2013, the day before Mother's Day.
Mm. Goodness, sorry to hear
Before
that.
Mother's Day, I
Yeah.
lost my mother-in-law 2015, the day before my birthday. February,
Mhm.
she died February the 2nd. My birthday's February the 3rd. Then my father, I buried him the day before Father's Day.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Wow.
was on my way. I was on my way to pick up my father.
Mhm.
Yeah, 2021 in June. He called me that Wednesday night and told me to come pick him up, to take him to Fort Myers to his church. He was going to take some chairs down there.
Mhm.
And I want to use my truck, and everybody laugh at me. Now, if you see me in my truck, you're gonna laugh because I got a big old
How big is this truck, Pee Wee?
big truck. It's a big truck.
Okay.
It's a big truck. You think
I
I'm
was like,
gonna
I feel
step
like that's
out?
what you alluding to.
Think
That
I'm
it's
gonna
so
step
huge.
out with my cowboy boots and my cowboy hat on, you know? And I mess people up when I step out that truck. They be like,
Yeah.
"How is this little old man gonna get out this truck?"
Yeah.
But I was on my way to pick him up,
Yeah.
and my stepmom, which is my mom, Belinda, she
Mhm.
called me, said, "Pee-wee, I can't wake up your father.
Hmm.
I can't wake up my father. Well, I'm on my way to come get him."
Mhm.
He called me that Wednesday, told me to come get him. I'm on my way. He usually get up to 10 a.m. anyway.
Yeah.
And I called one of my security guys, my armor bearer, who's on my security team, to go to the house to check.
Mhm.
And as I was pulling up, he called me and said, "Preacher, your daddy gone, man.
Goodness.
I'm telling you,
Mm.
I love God. I know who God is.
Yeah.
But that thing, oh, boy,
Mm.
it did something to me. It still do something to me. It's
Mhm.
probably not a day go by that I don't think about it, but it's not a week go by. I probably don't. I shed a tear.
Yeah.
Um, I was mad, man. That happened on that Thursday. I woke up that Monday following because we hadn't buried him yet,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to my closet. I got 2 ARs. I got 2 9mm.
Ooh, yeah.
I got 100 rounds of ammo.
Mm-hmm.
My wife was looking like, "Well, what are you doing?" She didn't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I went and got in my truck, and I heard God say, "What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Go back in that house." Because I was just ready. I was ready. I was ready for anything. I was ready to look for past people who probably hurt me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was ready. Whoever cut me off, I was ready because I was lost. Yeah, hey, I'm a pastor, man. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
what you mean, pastor? What, man? I'm a human.
Yeah. Yeah.
And man, I couldn't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't think, and I came back in the house and just broke down. So when I go to and speak to men conferences now, and
Yeah.
sometimes when God lead me, I talk about the man cave. Because a man cave is more than a room you have in your house with a TV or pool
Mm-hmm.
table. A man cave or a woman cave is right here. When you start thinking and start talking to yourself,
Right.
and what you hear yourself is saying is not good.
That's very.
And yeah, and but
Yeah.
coming back in the house and going through the process and talking to other people other than church people, going to sit on somebody's couch and talking through this situation
Yeah.
because I was in a bad place right then, but I got to make you laugh. But I forgot what county I was in. I'm in Polk County, greater judge.
Look, y'all. Look. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want, Pastor Peewee. This ain't what you want.
Hey, I better get on back in this house.
Look, why, sir? Why do you have all of these rounds?
Look at
What you
him.
about to do? What you about to
Yeah. And but
do? Yeah.
so I'm still coming back from that.
Yeah.
And the thing about this though, Jazz, in the one of the most hurting times in my life,
Mm-hmm.
while I'm trying to heal, people are upset because I can't be there for them.
That's where my mind was going. Yeah.
And I'm not talking about my family.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in the community, church.
Mm-hmm.
People still don't realize to this day, it is so hard for me to preach funerals now.
Mm.
When
Yeah.
you have done over 200 or more funerals,
Yeah.
when you done sung, I've been singing since I was 4 years old. Do you realize how many funerals I done sung to?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you're grieving, man,
Yeah.
and people won't allow you to grieve because they think you are Superman.
Superman.
But I
Yeah.
need to tell you, I'm really Clark Kent.
Yeah.
I only have on the cape for a couple of moments.
Mm-hmm.
But when that sermon is over, I come down and be Clark Kent, man. I need glasses. I don't have 20/20. Superman was only Superman for a moment. He can't fly around 24 hours a day.
Very true. Very true.
So realizing there are some things you have to do for yourself. Self-care. Take care of yourself. I go to the gym. I ain't been in a little minute, in about a month, but I got to get back in there. Go to the gym.
Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got my teeth done. Yeah, I
Oh,
love smiling now.
listen,
You can see that now.
okay, now where you
Yeah,
went? Where you went? Don't do
hey,
that.
hey, you don't have to wait for people to tell you who
Yeah,
you are.
yeah, yeah,
Appreciate yourself. Because in order to come back, 90% of it is going to have to be you.
you.
Because if you waiting on people to help push you there, you got more people trying to keep you buried than trying to bring the dirt off you.
Yeah,
Because there are people in your life, they celebrate when you're down. But
yeah,
they don't realize you are connected to their blessing.
yeah.
So if they help push you up, the quicker they get to theirs also.
Amen. Amen. Listen,
How
I
you
know
doing,
that's right,
man?
Shanika.
I
Look,
ain't trying to make your podcast in the church now.
no,
Don't try.
listen. The first thing that I said in this podcast realm with making a comeback is you have to have God. So there is no podcast without God for me. So
Mm,
you're really in the right space, because one of my testimonies is the fact that me starting the show came about with me losing my father. Because
mm,
my father scraped up pennies. Like he would save pennies in pickle
mhm.
jars, like change in pickle jars. He saved up money and scraped up money for me to go to NABJ conferences, National Association of Black Journalists. Like
Wow.
he
Mhm.
saved up money to put me on those airplanes so that I could brush shoulders with people in the industry. Because with my dad was just, his number one goal was to see his daughters, his last child, do better than him. Like, I'm
Wow.
sending you to college. He worked at the mines. He worked at Cargill, Mosaic. That's what he did. And he would always ask me, "How much are you making right now? What's your
Mm.
salary right now?" Like, before he left, he just needed to know that, and I gave him that. And it was that was just my mission. Like, I've got to show him that he did right. Although, we don't weigh things like that really in life, but because that was his precursor, my mission was to show him that, yeah, job well done, like before you leave this earth. And with that, I'm like, this man sent me to school to follow my passion. I was very smart, but I wanted to be in journalism. And it was just like, I always told him I wanted my own radio show. I always wanted my own show. And so that's how I ended up with this podcast. I just did it. It was an homage to my father, but also because I was going through a little comeback of my own. And
Yeah, it
so
is.
it's like, you only have one life to live. And like you said, that self-care is paramount. I talked to someone really before we did this podcast episode. She lost her son, I think, in 2019, and she's still healing from that, still trying to
Mm.
process it and go through it, because grief is one of those things where you are going to consistently continue to make a comeback every single day, you
And
know.
don't let nobody tell you when you should come out your
Right,
grieving process.
right, right.
Look, just when Mary and Martha lost their brother Lazarus, the Bible said Jesus went to the house. He ain't say nothing for a moment, and he wept.
Yeah.
He felt what they was going through.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people sometimes, because sometimes it's hard for my wife and different others to get up and go to church on Mother's Day. And so you hear people like, y'all should be over that. Well, maybe your mama didn't have an impact on you.
Right.
And let me tell you something. I told my family, I tell my children, I tell my wife, I tell them,
Yeah.
I hope y'all miss me. Don't just after fruit y'all go eat some chicken and go,
Right.
and the next Friday y'all have a crab boil, and the next year y'all done forgotten me. I want to make an impact in your life. I want you to get on with life. I
Yes.
want you to enjoy your life. But I don't want you to ever look. If something happened to me, joke say, "Hey girl, let me take you to Dubai." My wife said, "Oh, I already been there." And if they
Exactly.
do go, she ain't even think about you there.
Exactly.
My
Exactly.
children, my children don't surprise them if
Yeah.
somebody do something good for them, because they know, man, my daddy did this.
Absolutely.
So now even though they're coming back, they're getting over it. Now it's not necessarily tears, it's smile because they remember.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to leave an impact so that people remember, man.
Absolutely. And I think I know for a fact you have. I'm looking at all of these comments that are here. I know for a fact that you are, and with your family, I know that you are. I like, you know, after, knowing that you are consistently coming back, knowing that self-care is paramount, knowing that, that man cave is definitely in your brain, knowing that you've got to really be careful about the thoughts that you have, because your brain is the most powerful organ in your body. Like, that's what a lot of people fail to realize is you if you can master how you think, you can master this world. Is
Mhm.
really one of the things that I'm hearing from you, but it's also one of the things that I hear all the time is we've got to mind our thoughts. Is
Mhm.
what we really have to do. And so, yeah, that is a big task. That is
Mhm.
something that you will forever be coming back from. And me too. Because you can just be I can just be walking down the street and it'll just hit me like, oh my gosh. Like what was that? Like
Yeah.
what it'll just hit me, because my dad was that dude, just like I'm pretty sure your dad was too. So,
Yeah.
give it up for the great fathers. Like, we have some
Yeah.
really, really
Yeah.
great fathers here.
Yeah.
Peewee, before we leave, because I want to honor your time, because this man is about to go on tour and I want to preserve his voice. He has to get on the road, and he's doing this podcast even in lieu of not feeling too well. But I would be remiss if I did not allow you to pop your collar before you get off of this podcast, because I'm gonna give kudos to Jai. He did an interview with you. I listened to it a while back and I just replayed it last night. And one of the things that stood out to me, as well as hearing your own story when you spoke to the kids not too long ago at my school. But one of the things that I did not know about you is that you have a red jacket. You have a red jacket at the
Yeah.
Strawberry Festival, and nobody that looks like you has this
Yeah.
red jacket. Talk to us about this red jacket.
Well, it's just a privilege and an honor
Yeah.
to be honored in a town you were raised in, and that people have so much respect for you. I'm the second African American, but the first African American male. But Miss Sadie Martin,
Okay.
she was the first to do it. But it is just an honor for so many people to think you're worthy
Yeah.
to be a part of something so big. And it's a dream. It was actually a dream of mine one day, just being a little boy. Didn't know how it was going to happen. Uh, but being a little boy saying one day, I'm going to wear that red jacket.
Yeah.
And so it happened for me. I got voted in, and it's a real honor to be a part of the festival family, one of the biggest festivals in the country,
Yeah.
to have a voice on so many activities. And so it is something that I really don't take lightly, because it's opening the doors for so many more. And that's the thing, is to make sure you keep a good name.
Yeah.
People gonna lie, people gonna talk,
Hmm.
but my grandparents used to say, don't let what they say about you be true.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
up anything. And you don't have to chase down a lie. You don't have to run down a lie. Just let people talk, because sometimes when they talk, that do make you more marketable, because people won't know what product you are unless you
Yeah.
get an advertisement.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. That's
but
true.
but yeah, it's a privilege and an honor to wear that jacket. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good.
Another thing that I found out with your interview that the kids did is that you are a voting member of the Grammys.
Yes, ma'am.
How does that become, like, you've had this longevity in music? You've had you do still have a record deal, but you started off rubbing elbows with people in Atlanta, with meeting T-Boz from TLC, becoming very good friends with her.
Baby, I did not call T-Boz's name. She did.
Okay. Tion, sorry.
Tion, yeah. Let me tell you that quick story. But let me tell you that quick story. It's crazy how God order your steps, though. So my uncle, who's passed away now, my uncle Robert Earl, and his then wife, my auntie Step, they was living in Atlanta. They came back because my grandmother was sick. My grandmother was sick. I'm sorry. My grandmother was going to see her mother. My great grandmother was sick in Alabama. So they was coming home to drive my grandmother to Dothan, Alabama.
Okay.
So before they left, my Uncle Earl said, man, go get your clothes. I'm like, go get your clothes. He said, you going back to Atlanta with me.
Oh, wow.
He said, you're going back to Atlanta. And
How
my
old were
grandparents,
you?
I had just graduated from high school in 90.
Okay.
Because I was supposed to go play ball. I was supposed to go. I was an all-state point guard, different things, football, track. I did all that.
Goodness.
People thought, I was going to go play sports, but I didn't. I was going to business college, though I wasn't just home. But he said, you going back with me. So my grandparents was kind of like, I don't know, because I was the church musician.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they don't want to let you go like now.
I went and got my clothes. Okay. We took my grandmother to Dothan, Alabama, dropped her off, headed to Atlanta. When we got to Atlanta, my uncle told me, say, we dropped my auntie Step off and Brandy and Misha. That was my two cousins, but they called me Uncle Peewee. They were little girls. Then he said, get in the car. We get in the car.
Yeah.
We go up to the barber shop where some guys they're cutting hair from. They moved from Jacksonville, but they was cutting hair. And Earl knew them. He got his hair cut there. So we go in there, and Earl say, "Hey, my nephew just moved in here. Just brought him up here. He sings. I need to know how to get a record deal. Man, I'm Robert Earl Callins from Plant City, Florida. That's how my uncle.
That's right.
yeah. And so Yolanda, who was a beautician and a barber there, she said, oh, my friend is in the music business. He's like, your friend? She said, yeah. She said, Tion. I'm like, Tion. She said, T-Boz. And Earl said, call her. And so she called her. T-Boz gets on the phone.
Oh, wow.
Yolanda said, hey, this guy just moved from Florida and want to know how to get a record deal. She was like, well, just tell him this. He said, man, can I have the phone? So Yolanda gave my Uncle Earl the phone. My Uncle Earl got on the phone and said, hey, I'm Robert Earl Callins from Plant City, Florida. I just moved my nephew up here and he's saying, can he sing to you right now?
On the spot.
Yeah. He gave me the phone. I started singing. 30 minutes later, T-Boz was at the barbershop.
Godly.
She called Pebbles. I sing the Pebbles. Right there from this. I just moved.
30 minutes. You just got there at a barbershop.
So sung to them. The next night, he heard it was an audition going on, talent show. We go. I win the talent show. The third day I had a record deal.
Goodness grief.
So
wow.
I had a record deal with Impulse Records. I was about to sign with Sony. They was about to push me off to Sony. My grandparents got sick. We go to Sony that day, my uncle and I. But the night before we go to Sony, I had a show with Outkast.
Okay.
6 Feet Deep. 6 Feet Deep. They 6ix9ine, who was married to Vivica Fox. He was in that group.
I did not know that.
I was the headliner.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Usher came to the club to hear me sing.
Oh my gosh.
And so we're sitting in the record label. I look at my uncle. Well, that night after I come off stage, an angel shows up. She say, son, if you don't leave this club and stop singing this music, you're gonna lose your life.
Oh my gosh.
The next day, I have a meeting at Sony.
Oh my gosh.
My producer, and you can hey, when they say what's the new word, receipts, or you can Google all this. My producer was Peter Jacobson. Peter Jacobson was Bobby Brown producer.
Oh my gosh.
That's who produced my two singles that was playing Bring Back the Love and all My Love Is Gone Away. Peter Jacobson. Knock Hard Studios was part of Peebo Bryson. Peebo Bryson heard me singing, came out of his recording session and said, "Who is this church boy?"
Listen to me. Did you see Stacy? Stacy said, "Sing for us."
I Stacey, I don't feel good, girl.
Stacy don't feel good. Peewee, what in the world?
Yes. So we're sitting in Sony. I look at my uncle and say, "I'm going home."
Oh my
Uncle
God.
Earl say, "I know you're going home. We're going home right after this meeting." I said, "No, I'm going back to Florida."
Oh my
I said, "I don't
God.
want to do this." He looked like, "You don't want to do this."
Right.
We got in the car. He was quiet all the way home. I moved back to Florida because my grandparents were sick.
Mm-hmm.
I recorded my first gospel album in 1996. I recorded several more gospel albums, but it wasn't until 2019 that I finally got my break when I went on tour with Travis Green.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't go as an artist. I went as a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And from there, I'm now a voting member of the Grammys that my wife and I, we go every year. We didn't go this past year because of the fires.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a voting member for the Stellar Awards. So I'm a part of the Stellar Awards also. So it's a lot I do. I just, I really, I don't, like y'all say, pop the collar. I just quiet, but I'm here to help others get there.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy.
That just
yeah.
So no regrets, just deepen your faith. You feel that your steps were ordered.
Oh yeah.
Cause I don't have that. Pastor Peewee. I'm really listening to you, not even trying to make a joke. I am trying to see if I can put myself in your shoes and just have my hopes and dreams like at my fingertips and be willing to submit to what God is telling me. Cause I would just be like, God, are you sure? And I know you're not supposed to question God, but it's just like, oh my gosh, I can take over for Oprah, but you want me to come back home? Oh my God. But listening to you, like they said, a beautiful testimony, it's like you still haven't missed a beat. That's the thing. That's the crazy part.
It got to make you laugh. And I missed a lot of money, but I ain't missed a beat. but listen.
Yes. You got to tell us what is this lesson in this?
It wasn't all about the money.
Okay.
Because I was there.
Yeah.
The first time, not at the place, but I knew that Bobby Brown was about to send Whitney Houston those roses. This the clique I was in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I look at the way their lives went. And if I wouldn't have followed that angel voice, what she told me, this is not no shade at the people who have this testimony, but I've never did drugs. I've never smoked weed. I couldn't tell you how cocaine looked if you put it in front of me. Now, I did get drunk one time at Black College Weekend in 1992 in Daytona. I was drinking some 8-ball, and but look at here. I told God, hey,
if you let me make it.
Listen, I have friends to today that said they never heard a drunk man preach like I preach. I wasn't even saved. I was coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Boy, I had a drunk that 8-ball. and I don't see how y'all like to even get drunk.
Right.
I was throwing up and preaching. I was but Lord, please help me, Jesus. Help me, boy.
you out here doing, Pastor?
Hey, I told God, he ain't ever
Yes.
got to worry about me again.
Yeah.
We all done did things, but
Yeah.
but I thank God because you don't know.
Yeah.
People don't do. Let me ask you this question: Do you realize? Do you know who Jodeci is?
Absolutely.
No, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Okay.
Jodeci, you know the group Jodeci, right?
Yes.
Did you know they recorded before they were Jodeci?
I did not.
They were called Little Cedric Gospel Group.
Wow.
They big gospel group. They sung the song. I'm kind of sick, but they sung the song Jesus Saves. We have heard the joyful sound. Jesus saves, Jesus saves. They had hits
Gotcha. I never knew that.
as little children.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay. That is news. I did not know that.
Yes.
And I caught myself a music buff. I did not know that.
So go and listen to their gospel music tonight, Facebook. Little Cedric.
Look at this. Now he did, but he started off in gospel.
Yeah.
Now,
Gospel. And no shade to y'all, my brothers, no shade.
Yeah.
But we're just saying, I'm talking about my testimony.
That's amazing.
Where I'm going with that,
yeah.
At least they made it out and they're still coming out. I probably would have lost my life.
Gotcha.
Because the angel came to the club and got me.
That's what she told you. Came and told you. Wow.
Yeah, she came and got me.
That is powerful.
So we at the club one night. I'm hanging out with Left Eye the night she burnt down Andre Rising house. We all at the club together. We at 112. We at Club 112.
Ooh.
And that night, Carl Lewis is there. Jack the Rapper was in town. Mm-hmm. Jack the Rapper was one of the big rap conventions. Thank God that I wasn't on that show that came out about Atlanta.
I'm glad you weren't either. Okay, I'm glad you were not either.
But listen. So I'm standing down there by the telephone. Lord. All of a sudden, this crowd comes this way. Me and Tupac standing by each other, talking to each other. Mm. So the way that God used to put me around people was just amazing. It was crazy and amazing. But I could tell stories from.
Listen. So what are your grandkids gonna call you? What do you want her to call you?
Granddaddy.
Okay, Granddaddy. Look, Granddaddy is gonna have some stories for days. Y'all better package this. Peewee, do you have a book in the making?
I have several books out.
Okay. Tell us the names of the books and then how we can get them, because I'm like, this is legacy right here.
I have a book called Why Me? Mm-hmm. The calling was so heavy. God, why did you give it to me? But I don't regret it.
Gotcha.
That you did. I have a book talking about open doors when you walk through the door. Mm-hmm. And you can Google all this with my name. So I have several books. Everybody, I'm thinking about stepping in my other thing, though. I'm thinking about really doing a comedy night, my first comedy.
You should.
Yeah.
Listen, my podcast, my live podcast event, the four-year podcast anniversary live show is coming up November 8th this year. I'm giving you an open invite. If you want to, get your skills together by November 8th, I'm gonna let you open up that thing. I'm gonna put you on the itinerary now. All you gotta do is say the word. I'm gonna put you on the tour.
Oh wow. Yeah, let me see what
let you headline that thing now. Let you headline.
Let's see what the schedule say.
Listen, it'll be in lights.
That's it.
Starring, headliner, comedic.
That's
headliner.
It.
Peewee Callins. Make you laugh so hard, Callins, Peewee. I'm
That's
telling
it.
you, let's do this.
Let's do it.
I'm telling you, like you. All jokes aside, you legitly have a spot. If you just say the word, you wanna come
Okay.
into that. You
If I'm not on tour,
okay. Listen, if you're not on tour,
because that used to be
get out the
tour
way
season.
first.
So if I'm not on tour,
Yes.
if I'm not at a Jacksonville game, if I'm not at a Cleveland game or a
A
Colorado game,
babysitting.
because I'm going everywhere this year. I'm gonna be at church, my members. I know my members only like, well, Pastor, when you gonna be at church? So, when you miss a Sunday, church members, I'm missing the next one.
Listen, look, it's on you. What we gonna do? It's all on you. I love it, man. Thank you so much for this podcast episode. Did you want to say anything else in closing? I don't know if I cut you off or not, but I didn't intend to.
Keep coming back.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. Keep fighting. Who told you it was going to be easy?
Yeah.
I'm going to fight with the gloves on and off.
Yeah.
And some fights are not fair. Know who you are. You got to know what you serve. And you got to know that even though you're in the fight, you already won.
Yeah.
All he wants you to do is finish what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've never been through anything like Jazz or I, the old folks say keep living. Keep living.
Keep living. Keep living.
As we get older, loved ones gonna leave here, man.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to find that strength. You got to have a prayer life. You can't get a prayer life then, even though you can, but you want to know who God is. You want to know that you're connected. You want to know when you need to plug that power cord up, there's power there.
Absolutely.
And never give up. Never give up. I told you my story. Mm-hmm. I've been singing since the age of 4. I recorded my first album, my R&B album, 1993. I recorded my first gospel album, 1996. I've recorded with more than 25 people. But it wasn't until 2019 when I finally got that break.
Mm-hmm.
And my gift made room for me. My gift was singing, but it made room for me to be a motivational speaker, a pastor, preacher, a comedian on tour, because I make people laugh even when I'm talking. So don't give up. The best is yet to come. Keep coming back. Keep fighting. And I forgot to tell you this, Jazz. I was trying to fight Tyson too.
No, you won.
Yes, I
was.
Look,
no, you weren't. Just how?
How? You and since this podcast is so big, Tyson, I'm still here.
Come see about me. I'm in Polk County. Come see about me. Come see about your boy.
Hey, look at him. Look at him. The way he, you know. And I was on a whole train and go back to watch my face. So Floyd Mayweather, all them.
Yeah.
And
don't give up. Listen, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't let nobody shatter your dreams.
At all. At all.
No, Tyson, I'm playing. I done got my teeth now, dog. You should have fought
It's like, look, we good.
I got my teeth fixed. I got my teeth fixed now.
What did she say? Tyson, really? Hand stretched your way.
That's my cousin, Samantha.
Right. Make her say,
See that? You think people praying for you. They ain't even praying for you.
Right. Just waiting to say so.
Yeah, just waiting.
Listen, hey sis. Hey, this is my sister, Sharonda Estrada. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I know you're on YouTube, but thank you for catching the show.
And I see my brother, one of my big brothers, all the way in Tallahassee, Florida.
Really?
Carlos Collins, man. He's on
there.
Big bro.
You say you crazy. Listen, I can't wait to see. I got to see you open
My
up.
mom Belinda's on here too. My mom, I was talking about. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Mr. Peewee Callins, this is going down in history. Episode 152. You have 152 more appearances to make on this podcast to
Yeah,
make up
because
for the
I'm
fact.
Shador Sanders right now.
Make up for the fact
The fifth,
that
I
you
had
ain't
the
your
fifth
first
one.
round now. But listen, you the one. You hear me? You the one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You know, I will not take that up from you. So I just thank you so much just for being excellent. The first things that I told you that I remember you saying, I definitely, it's hard for me to go back and listen to different podcast episodes. It's just hard for me to do that. But I can just see, like, in my brain, I was just taking snapshots of things that you have said. And it's like, oh, I got to go back and listen to that. Like, I definitely, when I'm feeling a certain way, this is definitely one of those podcast episodes that I know that I can go back to and get inspiration, get energized, get motivated, and just say, hey, listen, never give up. Like, it is not where you started. And even if you are still where you started, you can still make an impact without leaving where you are. And so you still make that impact. If God does not bless you the way that you want him to bless you, he can still give you those blessings with you following the course that he has for your life. So that has been very powerful for me and for the viewers per their engagement. And so just thank you for being the husband that you are, setting an example for men. Thank you for being the father that you are, the grandpa that you are about to be, the pastor that you are to many. And those of you, y'all love on your pastor and take care of your pastor. Love on him, take care of him, know that he's human as well. Thank you for being the man that you are. And thank you for being the phenomenal artist, the phenomenal community member, philanthropist that you are, because you are pulling the next generation up. And so we are so proud of you. I know itty bitty Plant City. I'm just playing. I know Plant City in its glorious state right now, moving and shaking, is very proud of you. And we are just proud of you, period, in the United States of America, worldwide, global. You have made an impact on this world, and it's due to you being obedient to God. And so I hope we can only follow in your footsteps and listen when God is trying to direct our steps, and just trust that he knows the pathway, that he knows the way. So thank you so much for being my special guest.
Well, thank you so much. And y'all go to Spotify and listen to my music.
Please.
And I'll know in the morning, keep me in prayer, because my video to I Made It, that my son was producer of, and the video with Cal Reed it's called Running By You. Those two videos may be up for a Stellar Award.
Oh,
so
awesome.
We will know in the morning that we get to the first round of voting. So if we get through those rounds of voting, we're gonna need y'all to vote now. We're gonna need you to vote.
We voting in this election. I don't know where y'all was at with the other election, but we are voting in this election. Definitely will vote. And that is for a Stellar Award. So you guys got to be on the lookout for that. You guys make sure to go to Spotify.
Okay.
So we will definitely do that. And so Thank you so much. This has been another great episode of the Jazzie Conversations with Jazz podcast. Make sure you come back and you tune in every single Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on IG, Facebook, YouTube, and on your favorite podcast platform. Thank you so much, Peewee Callins. This will go down in history. We've learned a lot, and don't ever forget this. You can come back from anything with God, the right resources, using those resources effectively, and you have to put in the necessary work. I will see you back here on next Monday. Y'all have a good day. See you later. Go and get that room together.
I'm gone. Bring that out.
Feel better.
Yes, thank you.
All righty. Good night.